Okay, y'all, today's project is get this motor out. So we're going to do this one a little differently. I'm going to pull the carburetor, I'm going to pull the distributor. I'm going to leave the exhaust manifold. I'll probably pull the air conditioner, flip it back over there out of the way, and pull the exhaust pipes down on the bottom there. Pull this side and pull this side. Pull the wiring out from the starter and bring it up and around. And then I'm going to snatch the whole motor at one time. Leave all the accessories on it. Take everything out and set it over here on the ground. And work everything over here on the ground. And then I'll, when I get the new motor, I'll put everything on it. And then I'm going to slap it back down in here. But with these hoses like this on this one, where they're flexible, I can pull that air conditioner off and set it over here in this corner. Keep it out of the way. I got to pull the radiator. And I'm going to pull that air conditioner and put it over there. I'm probably going to slide underneath it first. Pull my bell housing bolts. And pull my engine mount bolts here. And pull my torque converter bolts all at one time. Get them out. So if I get antifreeze all over the floor, I won't be rolling around in the antifreeze. It'll just make it easier. So I'm going to pull all that first. And then I'll come up here and work on getting the radiator out and the air conditioner out. So all that bottom stuff, I can't take y'all with me. But I will let you know what happens. I might have to pull the fuel pump off because the motor mount bolt's right behind it. So I might have to pull that. I'm going to try not to, but I might have to. This one here I can get to no problem. Well, it's going to be a problem, but not that big of an issue. I can get it. I'm going to pull these two lines here off the power steering, and they're going to come with it because the power steering's bad. It's leaking, so we'll pull it all at one time. But you have to. You don't have to, but you're a fool if you don't pull the distributor because it's so close to that firewall, it'll snap it. Pull the cap off. You have to pull the cap at least, but I'm gonna pull the whole distributor just to make sure. There's no reason to waste $200 there on a distributor. Breaking it against the firewall. When you try to pick it up, it hits the firewall back there when the motor goes to rocking. It just breaks it off. Don't ask me how I know that, but that's what we're going to do. Hopefully this one will go a little smoother than the last one, and we'll see what we can get done with it. Okay, y'all, I went under there. I took the motor mounts loose on both sides. I took all 6 transmission bolts loose. Took the 3 torque converter bolts loose, and I took the 6 exhaust bolts loose. But it took me about an hour, but this took me 45 minutes of it. Some jackass ran that up in the exhaust and put 2 nuts on the back side behind the motor on top of that exhaust manifold. You can't get to it. So I had to go buy a stubby wrench because I didn't have a stubby wrench here. I've got them at the shop, but I don't have them here. So I had to go buy a stubby to beat on to these top nuts, and it finally fell off. It come out. So we're gonna have to do exhaust manifold work on that side. When we get that side out, we're gonna have to fix some bolts. I'm not dealing with that. I don't give a damn. We ain't dealing with it. We'll weld the studs in there and put, they make a brass nut that you put on these where they won't rip off, where it won't tear your threads up, it'll tear the bolt up. So you put the brass nut on them and forget about them. You weld the stud in place, put a brass nut on it, you don't have no more problems. When you go to take it off, you're going to tear the brass nut out, but you just buy a new brass nut and put back on there and you're fine. So everything underneath is done. I pulled the starter out too while I was down there. I pulled these wires loose. They're all this starter wire that we was talking about last time, how it's a jumbled damn mess. There's supposed to be 2 wires that go down to this like that other video. So I don't know what happened here. Somebody extended them or did something there, but we'll look at that in a little bit. So I got to pull the radiator. I got to pull a couple of these radiator hoses, upper and lower radiator hoses. I got to pull the transmission lines. I'm gonna pull this radiator. I'm gonna put the air conditioning over here. I'm gonna pull the carburetor because it's so expensive, and I'm gonna pull the distributor because it's so expensive. Get them out of the way where they don't get hurt. We're gonna grab a hold of it and pick it right up out of there. It's just sitting there. It's ready to come out right now. There's no bolts holding the motor in. There's no bolts holding anything. It's just sitting there. I've got a transmission mount underneath, a transmission jack underneath the transmission holding the back of the transmission up. The front of the transmission was holding the back of the motor up, so it's not sagging too bad. I gotta find my chain. I don't know what the guys did with my chain, but first I'm gonna get that carburetor out of there, get it out of the way, get the distributor out of the way, pull the spark plug wires off, pull this wire loom here, get it back, air conditioner back, kick down cable. I got to get it loose where it'll stay with the transmission. I have screwed that up before. It's not really a big deal. If you do, it rips it out of the top of the transmission, and you got to go back there, and there's a little hook, something like that. It just hooks in that cable, and there's one bolt there on top that holds it. So it's not a good thing to do it, but I have done it and ripped it out before. But they'll just pop loose here. I'll run them down to the back, knock them out, get the accelerator cable and the kick down cable out of my way there, transmission lines, and we'll be ready to pull. I'll get back to you here in a minute. Okay, y'all, take 5. 2 bolts, 2 fuel lines down there for the fuel pump on that side. This side, there's nothing. I guess I got that other stuff. My phone keeps locking up on me. So that's where we're at. We got to take the ground cable where somebody else screwed up and shouldn't have done that, and then that ground cable back there where that's not supposed to be. So we're going to take those off, get this thing ready to right out of here. So we'll get back with you here in a minute. Okay, y'all, I got the carburetor off. I got the distributor out. The oil pressure gauge wasn't working. It's probably because that gauge is busted, or that sending unit is busted, and that one's been all to hell. It's probably tore up too. I got my ground cable loose. That's where I hooked the chain. I got my ground cable loose back there. Everything's loose on this side. I got my fuel lines loose. I still got to obviously get the radiator hose there. I got to get the radiator out of it, this radiator hose. Everything on this side's loose. I've got to take that one hose off there of the power steering, and I got that one loose. I just got to break it loose there, all the way they were loose. But the hose clamp is off of it. All it's got to do is twist and pull off. Now I'm gonna pull this hose here. Now I have half notion taking the pocket off, just cut it off, but I'm gonna pull it down there just in case it's not the hose and it's the housing. We'll pull it, and that should be good. Our lighting's horrible. I don't know why. We got brand new lights up there, but anyway, it's getting close, getting real close. I gotta get this radiator out of here, and then we'll be ready. I'm fixing to drop the radiator fluid now. I'm gonna pull these last 2 things off here, and then I'm gonna drop the radiator fluid out of it, and hope I can catch most of it. But we'll get back with you. Okay, y'all, this is the top radiator support, okay? That holds the radiator. That piece of rubber goes around the radiator. This, see that hole right there? This is just smashed in there. It's just smashed where they jammed it in there. See that little titty? That goes through the hole, like so. Once you get it through the hole, see what y'all can see here. Right here, yeah. Once you get it through the hole, get it with a pair of pliers and pull on it. Like that. See that there? And then you're not fighting, trying to hold on to it. It just sits right in there. It won't fall out. There ain't nothing. I had to fix both of these. Both of them was the same way. But it's little stuff like that that sets you apart from other people. Do the stuff right the first time, and you don't have to go back and redo it and redo it and redo it. And when the next guy looks at it, goes, damn. No, I can't tell. Nobody did this. But when you have rebar everywhere and you have, or not rebar, threaded rod everywhere and you have just everything half-assed, everybody looks at it's going to go, who in the fuck did this? They did shitty work, you know? So try to do it right and do it right the first time. It makes it a lot easier. I got this one line left to pull off, and then we're going to pull this motor. And that's that power steering line. I'm going to pull that big one there off, pull it out, and I'm sure, yeah, that back one. I'm trying to get my light situated here. This one here, that one there's already been pulled off. No, you can see where the clamp was. It's loose. I just got to slide it off. So, you know that big mess we made last time, that's all the mess I made this time. That last one was a bitch to clean up, so I'm trying not to do that again. But anyway, we'll get this one pulled out. I got to find out what size that is. I had a 11/16 wrench, and it wasn't it. It must be a 3/4. So I'm gonna go get some more wrenches and see if we can get this one out. Okay, y'all, one final check. That's loose. That's loose. There ain't nothing else on this side. There ain't nothing on this side. There ain't nothing that I can see down there. That's loose. Transmission lines is loose. You know, I better double check, make sure them transmission lines ain't bolted to the oil pan. I don't believe they are, but let me check that one time real quick here. They are not, if you can see up in there. They are not. So everything looks loose. Let's pull it. Okay, y'all, I got y'all set up. I'm gonna get it ready to pull it. Ooh, about busted it. My asses is. Okay, what we don't want it to do is swing forward and tear it down. Where's my bar at? What the hell was that? Oh, that was the exhaust. Let me get my bar here. You know that big pry bar I was using last time? Where I can wiggle stuff? Here we go. This one exhaust pipe here is screwing with me. That one's loose. Okay. Well, I guess let the mess begin. I got too much in the back. Well, I need to set it back down, but I don't know if she's going to sit in there. Let's see. Moved it 2 chains, 2 links. See what that does to it. That boy's heavy this time, y'all. Making sure there ain't nothing hooked there. You always stay out of the way just in case this son of a bitch decided to fall. And see how I got my hand? Keeping it just in case. I don't think nothing's gonna happen, but if it does, I'm getting out of the way. The truck's sacrificial at that point. I ain't getting hurt. We're gonna get this radiator hose up over the top here. We can't come out quite yet. The fan's still hitting. I don't want to move. She hung up on something, y'all. What the hell did she hang up on all the fan belts? Y'all, the lift's trying to flip. Let's go up here. Okay, y'all. We got it on the ground. Okay, y'all, we got her down on the ground where she ain't gonna hurt nothing. The lift was trying to roll over on me. I think I got it extended out just a little too far, but we're gonna bring it around here and set it down. I'm gonna show you a trick what to set these Chevrolets on, and they'll just sit there pretty. And just like that, y'all, it's sitting on the ground. Tricky is you take these old tires, you take an old Chevrolet tire, or 15 or 16 inch tire, that thing will sit right down in there. It loves that. For some reason, it just sit right down. So that's on 16 now. But I got it sitting there, sitting pretty. This right here is what gave me all the problem. See this? Some jackass put this in there, drilled it. I'm drowning it, I know. Drilled it out and put a damn stud in there with double nuts. Well, the lighting sucks. This one here, it was double nutted and double nutted on the bottom. Hell, it wouldn't come out. Well, you can't get a wrench between here and here, or here and here. The firewall's here. I mean, you can't do nothing with it. So I finally got it after I cussed for a little while, sweared and all that good stuff. This motor just got built. I mean, it was just rebuilt here. And it is a small block 400. There's the number on it if you want to look at it. But it ain't right. So we pulled it off, and we're going to put another crate motor in it. So we'll do that, and we'll let you see that when we get the crate motor in. Swap all this stuff over. Crate motor ain't here yet. Here's the beast that I pulled the body out of, or the heart out of, I guess you would call it. It's pretty clean. And y'all, somebody mentioned on the last one, take it outside and pressure wash it. Well, number one, there ain't no water here. If you would have listened to my video, you would have known I was filling the radiator up with Coke cans. So it's obvious I ain't got nowhere to put no pressure washer. How the hell am I gonna push it up that hill and get it back in here? Water runs downhill, obviously. That's a hill coming up here. I can't push it back up here by myself. How am I gonna support the transmission the whole time as I do that? There's a lot of variables there. It ain't that easy. I'll just pressure wash it. Yeah, in a perfect world, you'd pressure wash it. If I had 10 years, yeah, I'd pressure wash it. If I wasn't in a hurry, yeah, I'd pressure wash it. But it's going to get dirty again as soon as it goes out that door. Why the hell am I going to pressure wash it? You'll take a shower at night and you're good. Y'all, if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up for filming it. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next one.